one semester this year and then off doing other things. He's going to East Carolina. He's going to study nursing. He's one of only 200 students to get accepted to their honors college. Great American, great leader, Michael Caballero. I hope he's here tonight. I look forward to seeing him every day. Yeah, I see his eyes light up when we say we're going to go shoot baskets because he can make it. He's Connor Rowe. Zane Brewer, why don't you come on up here too? Come on, Guinness. One of my all-time favorite cadets. We're going to know about you later. This next person is Supreme Court Award. When I think about people that change from year one to year two, matter of fact, Sergeant Major told me this, and when he says something, it's high praise. Joanna Polizzi. The other half of the dynamic Walling brothers. Drew Walling, please. Fernando, come up here and get one of these two, young man. Please, Fernando Roca. Well played. Distinguished Military Training Award. To somebody, I just said up here, selfless, this is somebody I know would give you the shirt off your back if you ever ask for him. Oftentimes he goes under, look, because he flies underneath the radar, but I appreciate him every day. He's Jackson Smith. And he fix your car for me and really happy about that. We have a senior named Kitty, and we have his brother, who's a freshman. Actually, his name's Small Cat. Sullivan, thank you for your leadership. Please come up. One of the best swimmers we have in the school, and a very underrated leader, and hopefully a good driver because I know he's practicing. Logan McCluskey, please come up. Freshman who first semester, and I've enjoyed having her in class. She brings enthusiasm, always giving 100%. She's Ari Schwartz. Ari, this next guy knows more about tanks than anybody. I will maybe have to toss up between he and another guy. But Thomas T. Squared Theobald, thank you for your leadership and professionalism. Is Richards here tonight? Hayden Richards, please come up if you are. Hayden, you did that time travel thing. My head's still spinning on your senior presentation. You're probably traveling off in space someplace. All right. Some people make my head hurt. This person, I hope she's here tonight. If not, I'll make sure I give it to her on Monday. That never saw a better example of that actions speak louder than words. She doesn't say a whole lot, but all you got to do is watch her each and every day. She's Ella Tilton. Ella, you here? George, you were amazing. T.S. Elliott, come on up here. Your job on the CFT, you led us in the heat, and the courage you showed on that. And I almost forgot about this guy because I haven't seen him, and he was only there first semester as a freshman, who made a big difference, was on our drill team. I don't even know if I knew his real name for a while because I've called him Flutie forever. He's Francesco Mignola. Where are you, Flutie? Are you here? He doesn't even play the flute. I don't even know what you play. What do you play? He plays the trumpet, Flutie. There you go. All right, thank you. This is the first year we've had this award because I had to think of an award to give to these four because there are many types of leadership. We study at many different styles, but obviously the most effective is leadership by example. I wouldn't even have to come to school. That'd be a good thing because it'd be easier to get paid because I could just say, you follow these four people around, whether they're at school, whether they're at work, whether they're home, whether with their family, it doesn't matter where they are, and just do what they do. They're seniors, not sure how you replace them. They're both sets of twins. The Leadership by Example Award for recognition of your ability to consistently demonstrate the most effective type of leadership and serve as a role model for all who observe you are Jack, Jerry Hartman, and Ellen Lucy Pincus. I can tell the Pinkuses apart, I can't the Hartmans. Some of these are new awards this year that I just sat down and made up because they're important. The Ernest M. Hemingway Award. In high school, we talk about STEM a lot, and maybe rightly so. Nobody's ever, like I said, ever asked me to graph a linear equation in my adult life, nor have I considered it, but I do write and talk to people every day. So I want to give an award to people for recognition of their unmatched ability to express your thoughts and ideas and write in a manner that makes the reader yearn for more. Believe me, after reading 60 papers, sometimes you ain't yearning from some of y'all, but we're getting better. So this award goes to clearly the two best writers in the class. There's 3 or 4 of them, but these are consistently the best. Shelby Piet and Tanner Ngasi. All right, this next award, for recognition of your outstanding motivational leadership, genuine concern for others, and ability to moonwalk like no other. We call him the Motivator. He is Robert Motivator Oom, and this is called the Thriller Award. Anybody see Skip tonight? I had an award for him called the 30-Minute Man, to Josh Skipper. Here's a guy that watched a video on YouTube for 30 minutes for his honors presentation. He got up and he wrote a brilliant paper on it, and he got up for 15 minutes and just discussed some medieval war thing. I wish I had that kind of talent. So that's the 30-Minute Man Award for Skipper. We'll make sure he gets it. The Christmas Morning Award. We can all think back to Christmas morning when we were young, and I still do today. The anticipation we have, looking forward to it, it's Christmas morning, I get to get up, you're excited about it. Well, for recognition of your unique ability to be the giddiest and make me look forward to coming to work each and every day to see you and work with you, Zane Gould. Zane, I appreciate you singing all the times I ask you to do it. You don't turn it down. Just somebody that brings energy every day since he was a freshman, and I mean that. I look forward to seeing him every day. When he's not there, I'm disappointed. All right, it's a new one this year. This ain't math, biology, or English 2, it's real growth. People know that I talk about the growth scores, that we only use for 3 scores. I talk about what real growth is and that type of thing. So this is a person I've seen over the year who's shown, I think, real growth. It's amazing what happens when you get a little bit of confidence. You start to feel, hey, I can do this. Amazing what I've seen over the year, the way he's writing, the way he interacts with other people. Michael A. Aquino. The Silver Tongue Award. This can only go to one person. It's not smooth. That's a different kind of smooth. That's Ingracia. I've only known this cat for about 4 months, but when he raises his hand, I've never seen what flows out of his mouth. It all makes sense. And you're going to ask Vicar. Sometimes he and I just look at each other and go, where does that come from? He calls it smoke and mirrors. But for recognition of your outstanding order skills and significant contributions to class discussions, Josh, where are you, Kubi? Come on, Kubi, where are you? I wouldn't let him wear his wheels up here to give his award. All right, last year we had a Real World Achievement Award. That's just somebody who actually takes the things that we try to teach and practice, go out and do job interviews, and they do X, Y, and Z, and they apply it in the real world. And I was glad to give that to Hudson Schwartz last year. Well, guess what, Hudson? You're still the defending champ. Come on up here. You went out and you found another job and you did all the other stuff. I call this one the I See It Different Way Award. He may not be here, but maybe somebody can come pick it up for him. A lot of what we do involves discussion, learning from each other, and when somebody doesn't agree with me, it's a good thing. This young man is only sophomore, but he has no problem about saying, just raised his hand and said, I see it a different way. Makes the class better. He has a lot of moral courage. I'm not sure if he's here tonight. Michael Gerchek, if he's not here, Bear, would you come pick it up for him? For recognition of your outstanding ability to soar above any challenge or obstacle and to spread your wings. This is a young man that dealt some challenges this year, but he looked him straight in the eye and he didn't blink and he overcame him. I call it the Golden Eagle Award. It's Joseph Perry. Joey, you Joey Soar, well done, young man. My wife has somebody in her class they called Mrs. Weddington. I was like, I didn't know we had a Mrs. Weddington. How did you get to be Mrs. Weddington? She told me. I was like, well, we need a Mr. Weddington. So we got a Mr. Weddington Award this year. For recognition of your outstanding commitment to community service and a cause greater than yourself. This is a young man that was the first to volunteer. He understands what it means to be committed to a cause greater than himself. He spent more time down with the mayor, I think, than the assistant mayor and ever council members. Jackson, Lordy. A lot of times people tell you what you should do in class, and you should do this, and this is the curriculum you should follow. Sometimes that appeals to people, and sometimes it doesn't. It's amazing when you get someone's alley or wheelhouse what they do. I call this the Puzzle Master Award. We're talking about situational awareness. This semester we did a lot of different puzzles and thinking games, and this person rose to the top. had no peer. And that's what I love to see. For recognition of your ability to think critically and avoid situation words to solve all riddles known to man. T-Bone, look in for the ball. I think it was last year we were talking about how you learn, and I went over what school book solution, how do people learn? Other students shared how I learned, so then I gave these students like a list of 20 different like crazy things you had to memorize in a half hour to do it. You see who could do it. There was one person that shone above everybody else. I call this the Gordon Johncock Award because I know he'll take this to his grave. The 1973 Indianapolis 500 winner was Jordan Johncock. I'm sure he can tell you who the 1971 Miss America pageant winner was. For recognition of your outstanding ability to retain useless knowledge, at the same time embody what it means to do the right thing because it's the right thing to do. He's Gordon Johncock, but he's better known as Austin Vickers. He won in 1982, by the way, also. I call this the Newcomer of the Year Award. I made it up because I want to give this person an award. I talked about the dynamic duo I called him between Kachikas and Warren, but this is the person, I don't even know if I'd really met him before this year, but by the end of the semester I kept calling his name and I'd say, hey, can you do this for me? I need you this because I knew it would be done right. And I wouldn't have to do anything about it, just ask him to do it. For recognition of your outstanding leadership, professionalism, and commitment as a first-year student while serving in the JROTC program. Newcomer of the Year, Big Z, Justin T. JROTC. All right, parents, you have to help me with this one. I know you know this one is the E.F. Hutton Award. 1970s and 80s, there was a commercial called E.F. Hutton. When E.F. Hutton talked, people listened. This year we studied listening skills. I know some of your parents are thinking, did you really? It doesn't show at home, but we did. And we had one person that proved to be the best listener of all the students. Not only is this person one of the best listeners, he probably has the most infectious enthusiasm. I know he's also known as the Wanderer. He's an all-region soccer player. The E.F. Hutton Award goes to Big Yao. The Jan Michael Vincent Award. Jan Michael Vincent. I know students, you got no idea who he is. Well, in 1973, my favorite movie was The World's Greatest Athlete. He starred in it. It was a Disney movie, okay? And this person is, without question, the best athlete that's ever come through JROTC. In recognition of the finest all-around athlete in Weddington JROTC history, and it's not even close, Cooper McKeon. Okay. But I will tell you about Cooper. He's a good athlete, but I've seen him on more than one occasion. The Air Force Academy offered a baseball scholarship. He's going to go on a scholarship to BYU. I was out watching a baseball game. I'll remember this to the day I die because it involved Coach Poole. Somebody on the team hit like a triple to put him ahead and tie the game and put him ahead, and then he got picked off or something, and Poole went nuts on him. And if you don't know Coach Poole, he can be kind of intimidating. And after this guy Poole chewed on him for like 5 minutes, I just happened to be standing by the dugout. Cooper looked at him and said, Coach, he made a mistake, but let's not forget he just won the game for us. Poole never said a word. That's the kind of moral courage he had. I was like, oh, he's a better man than I am. So when he comes here, I'll be glad to give him that. Award that's personal to me, the Gary L. Swigert Award. It's named after my best buddy who died of cancer 2 years ago. The thing about Gary was, this dude had a zest for life. I mean, didn't matter what it was, Gary was going to have fun. He was a true leader, he just never really showed it in high school because he had a different agenda than the teachers. His agenda was to have fun, he didn't want to be bored. Now, I'll admit, this person had a different agenda than I did most days, and he had a different agenda than most of his teachers. But underneath it all, he's a true leader. Now read what it says. For recognition of your enormous leadership potential and unrelenting ability to pursue a unique agenda and take everyone else along for the ride. I probably gave this kid more grief than anybody else. He took it good natured. I know he's going to become an Army officer one day, and he's going to be just like my buddy Gary Swigert. At the end of the day, look at him and go, that's one heck of a leader. He's Evan Childers. Save these three for last. The Three Musketeers Award. Not because, Amber, that's what you gave me in my gift basket today, and I already ate them all. The Three Musketeers, three swashbuckling guys that traveled the world to do good things. We got three swashbucklers that are getting ready to travel the world and do great things for America. I'm asking them to come up and talk about them. Pat Howard, Sebastian Weiderman, and Colin McKenzie. Outstanding camaraderie, swashbuckling spirit, and willingness to take the road less traveled to a godforsaken place called Paris Island. Okay. These three gents are all going to ship to Paris Island this summer. They've decided to serve in the United States Marine Corps. And I respect that. We don't try to recruit anybody, but they're going to bond together and do that. Pat Howard moved here after 2 years, transferred in. Probably as much common sense. Well, his mom and dad may always say that I've seen, like I talked about, you got up on the stool today and talked for 15 minutes with your peers. It could have gone on for 20. You're just telling me your life experience, and it was a really educational experience, Pat, and I appreciate the Red Road. I will tell that story forever. Colin, if anybody was ever born to go down to Paris Island and look those drill instructors in the eye and laugh at you, but I wouldn't recommend it. I'm just saying it was. This guy found out what he wanted to do, and he was committed to it, and he led us, our team set a goal we were going to win physically, and he did, Colin. I've enjoyed working with you ever since you showed up in 9th grade with that Here Kitty 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 book, and you didn't mind being called Kitty the whole time. Seb White, no Lord. Time is not, I could talk about Seb forever. Seb, you know what I think of you? You know what I think you're capable of? Whatever you want. Appreciate what you've done for the unit. You've made a difference, and I do appreciate more than you know the little answers that you put on the paper that would entertain me and I wouldn't share with anybody but you and me. Gentlemen, I'm proud of you. I'm proud that you're going to be leading our team, and we're all rooting for you, man. I just want to recognize the seniors real quick, and we'll all, if you're a senior, please come up here. We'll give them a certificate. I love seniors. I've got seniors from Higgins to Klaus, Pincus, who saw them for leadership awards, but I've also have seniors that took this for one semester, their first year. And I know I see Maggie and some of the other people back there. 2 years ago, I thought we'd never be able to replace the seniors, but we are. I look at Michael Rinaldi up there, a leader in FFA. Anything we've ever done is asked for. Each one of you have made a difference. I see old Smitty, his first semester, he was up there telling about his experience with everyone. Seniors, I think you know if you ever need anything, all you have to do is call. I appreciate what you've done for the unit. We'll get a picture. It's like I told Mr. and Mrs. Pincus one time, I consider their kids irreplaceable. Same with most of you. Thank you, seniors. And in that class, talented class, Landon Cloud, Spencer Higgins going to the United States Naval Academy, Lucy Pincus going to Citadel on a Marine Corps scholarship, Jerry Hartman going to University of North Georgia on a full Army scholarship, and Jack Hartman, he's going to be a Navy SEAL one way, come hell or high water. Just among others. Thank you, seniors. A few more words to give out. I appreciate your indulgence. Some of my favorite awards of the evening. It's called the Most Improved Cadet, but I always tell the kids it's not where you start, it's where you end. And this young man's been up here before, but he represents that. I have great hope for him. Chase Glendinning, come on up here. You're an amazing young man. Keep it up. Next award is named after one of our former cadets who was here the first year we started. He really showed what the word teamwork meant, and he embodies it. It's called the Joshua Kruger Team Award. It stands for Teamwork, Effort, Attitude, and Maturity. We named the award after him because he showed it in so many spades. Matter of fact, he's still serving people. He's finished up a mission down in Guatemala right now. I think he'll be home in September. We look forward to seeing him continue keeping our thoughts and prayers. But the person that best represented what Joshua Kruger represented as far as teamwork to this unit, he's not here tonight because he's already off doing great things in college, but he's his brother, he's Andrew Kruger. AJ. We're honored to present this award each year. It's the 2019 PFC Joshua Islam Courage Award. Josh Islam was a graduate of Weddington High School that became a United States Marine in the fall of 2013. He lost his life in a training accident in October when he drowned in a pool, giving it everything he had. His mom and dad asked us to present an award in his name to a worthy cadet that showed courage throughout the year. It's one sergeant major that I always discuss. Sometimes it's an obvious selection. You know, sometimes you have to look a little deeper. And this person, when I think about this year, I know what their hobbies and their passions were. If somebody told me I could never play golf again, I'd be in a dark place. This person lost something that was near and dear to them. Physically couldn't do it anymore. Talked about it for 2 years. Had invasive surgery that I wouldn't want to have. I heard about it and it made me want to cringe. But I tell you what, the whole time he had a positive attitude. When he came back, I'd say, no, you can't do that. He's like, yes, I can. I was like, no. And I have some people say, I slipped through the pool rule. This guy was out there trying to do everything he could. I think he showed the mental courage, the physical courage, and the moral courage that would make Joshua Islam a proud Marine and his family proud. I'm pleased to give this award to Drew Parker. Down about 3 awards. These last 3 are significant because they've voted on by their peers. Okay? And I can tell you the accounting firm of Matthew B. Brookshire added them up, nobody monkeyed with the numbers. Okay? 2019 Leadership Warren Award for Outstanding Leadership is voted by her peers, is none other than Julie Warren. Each year, the cadets vote on the Gun Ho Award, who inspires them the most, who gives them the most motivation, who lifts them when they're down, for extraordinary leadership, motivation, and esprit de corps while serving in the Marine Corps JROTC program. He's Colin McKenzie. I'm going to ask Walter Magny to come up here to present the last award for Sergeant Major. I give our personal awards. It's the 2019 Francis R. Grippo Award. Francis Grippo was, I think, our second CO. He is now in Marine Corps officer training. Matter of fact, he's at OCS right now. The first 2 years, he was able to present this award. Like I said, he's at OCS. Going to go to his senior year at Embry-Riddle University. They thank so much of his leadership. They've named him the battalion commander in charge of his whole unit down there, so we're proud of him. And since he can't be here and I wanted somebody else to be dressed up in an ice cream suit, so I asked Walter Magny to do it. Not anybody I respect anymore than Walter. He started his 3rd year on an ROTC scholarship at North Carolina State. And I remember when he was a freshman, we really kicked this out to the trailer. One of the first assignments I gave was a homework assignment, and I remember grading his work 10 points, and I looked at his paper and said, "This is superb." And I put an 11 on it and hung it on the board and said, "This is now the standard of excellence," and it's remained that for the last 6 years. Walter, would you do us the honor?
So, obviously, like Sir said, Grippo's off at Offer Candidate School, and you got the off-brand Frankie Grippo. I am Kmart brand Grippo. Anyways, I'm not one to get up here and talk about leadership. I don't think I should. I'm going into my junior year at North Carolina State University. I know probably very little compared to these two gentlemen over here about leadership. But what I do know is that I know a good leader when I see it. And I would like to invite Mr. Landon Klaus and Ms. Spencer Higgins.